Have you ever noticed that, as we get older, it sometimes feels like life moves a little faster, or that our energy isn't quite what it used to be? It's almost as if the world speeds up, but we feel like we're lagging behind. It's natural, and it happens to everyone as they age. But here's the good news. You don't have to just accept it. You can actively nurture your emotional well-being and live your best life, no matter your age. Emotional well-being is one of the most important aspects of our overall health, and it becomes even more crucial as we enter our 60s and beyond. It's not just about how we feel at the moment, but how we approach life with a sense of purpose, confidence, and joy. Many people assume that after 60, it's harder to stay happy or mentally sharp. But that's simply not true. In fact, this is the perfect time to focus on your emotional well-being, because doing so can help you feel more grounded, confident, and truly content. In this video, we're going to explore 5 key emotional well-being tips that can help you stay happy after 60. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're simple, actionable habits that anyone can adopt, regardless of age. And by incorporating these habits into your daily life, you'll start to feel more positive, energized, and ready to take on the world. Let's jump right in with the first tip: embracing gratitude. Now, you might be thinking, how can gratitude really make a difference in my emotional health? Well, let me share something with you. It's easy to get caught up in the stresses of life, especially when we face health issues, financial concerns, or the loss of loved ones. But gratitude has a way of shifting our perspective, no matter what challenges we face. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you or acknowledging the good things in life. It's about consciously focusing on the positives, no matter how small they may seem. When you wake up in the morning, instead of thinking about everything that's not going well, try thinking about one thing you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as the sunshine outside, a cup of coffee, or the fact that you're able to get out of bed and move around. When you start each day with this mindset, it's like flipping a switch in your brain. It trains your mind to focus on what's going right, and that can dramatically improve your emotional outlook. Now, you might be wondering how to make gratitude a habit. The answer is simple. Start a gratitude journal. Every morning or evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Don't worry if they're small things. What matters is the act of noticing the good in your life. Over time, you'll start to see how much more positive energy you attract, and you'll notice that your mood improves too. The second tip I want to share is something that may sound simple but is incredibly powerful: staying connected to others. It's common for people over 60 to feel more isolated. Maybe your friends have moved away, your family is busy with their own lives, or you just don't get out as much as you used to. But social connections are absolutely essential to our emotional well-being. It's not just about having someone to talk to. It's about feeling seen, heard, and understood. One of the best ways to stay connected is by joining a social group or community that shares your interests. Could be a book club, a fitness class, or even an online group dedicated to a hobby you enjoy. It's amazing how just being around others can lift your spirits and help you feel more connected to the world. And it doesn't always have to be a big event. A simple phone call or a chat with a neighbor can have a huge impact on your emotional health. Now, let's talk about a really important aspect of emotional well-being: self-compassion. I know. It's easy to be hard on yourself, especially if you feel like you're not as active, productive, or healthy as you used to be. But here's the truth. Being kind to yourself is one of the most important things you can do for your emotional health. Too often, we're our own harshest critics, and this can lead to feelings of frustration, guilt, or even depression. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a close friend. When you make a mistake or feel like you've fallen short, instead of beating yourself up, try saying something kind to yourself. It's okay. I'm doing the best I can. I deserve some rest. This doesn't define who I am. These little words of kindness can have a huge impact on your emotional well-being. And the best part? The more you practice self-compassion, the easier it becomes. Self-compassion also ties into accepting where you are in life. It's so easy to compare yourself to others. Maybe your friends seem healthier, more active, or more accomplished. But here's the thing: you don't need to compare. Every person's journey is different. The more you can accept and love yourself exactly as you are, the more at peace you'll feel. It's not about perfection. It's about embracing who you are, flaws and all, and doing the best with what you have. So, as we talked about earlier, gratitude, connection, and self-compassion are powerful tools for enhancing your emotional well-being after 60. But there's another crucial aspect of emotional health that we often overlook, and that's the importance of staying active, both mentally and physically. I'm sure you've heard it before, use it or lose it. But it's not just a catchy phrase. It's the truth, especially as we age. Let's start with staying physically active. Now, when I say physical activity, I don't mean running marathons or doing intense workouts at the gym, unless that's something you enjoy. I'm talking about keeping your body moving in ways that feel good for you. Whether it's taking a walk around the block, doing some light stretching, or even dancing in your living room, movement is essential for maintaining emotional well-being. You might be thinking, but I'm not as strong or flexible as I used to be, or I get tired more easily now. Those feelings are normal, but here's the thing. Even small amounts of physical activity can make a world of difference. Studies have shown that just 30 minutes of moderate exercise a few times a week can improve your mood, boost your energy, and reduce feelings of anxiety and depression. So, it's not about pushing yourself to the limit. It's about moving in ways that help you feel good and keep your body functioning at its best. One of the easiest ways to stay active is to find an activity you enjoy. If you love being outside, maybe gardening is your thing. It's a gentle way to get your body moving, and it also helps you feel connected to nature. Or, if you enjoy being around others, consider joining a fitness class designed for seniors. Many community centers and gyms offer gentle yoga, tai chi, or low-impact aerobics. These activities are perfect for staying active without overexerting yourself. Plus, they give you an opportunity to meet new people and stay socially engaged, which leads me to the next point. Alongside physical activity, mental stimulation plays a big role in our emotional well-being. Keeping your brain active is just as important as keeping your body moving. There are so many ways to challenge your mind. Whether it's through learning new things, solving puzzles, or engaging in deep conversations. The goal here is to keep your brain sharp and to stay curious about the world around you. Have you ever tried crossword puzzles, Sudoku, or memory games? If you haven't, now is a great time to start. These kinds of activities are fantastic for stimulating your mind. They don't have to be difficult or time-consuming, but they do keep your brain working and your cognitive abilities in check. And the more you engage in activities that require concentration, the better your brain will function as you age. Another excellent way to stay mentally sharp is by picking up a new hobby or skill. Maybe there's something you've always wanted to learn but never had the time for. It could be learning how to play an instrument, trying your hand at painting, or even taking up a new language. The beauty of learning something new is that it not only keeps your mind active, but also gives you a sense of accomplishment and purpose. And when you feel like you're growing and learning, it naturally boosts your mood and emotional well-being. Of course, I understand that sometimes we don't have the energy for more challenging tasks, and that's perfectly fine. There's no need to overcomplicate things. You can keep your mind sharp just by being curious. Read books, listen to podcasts, or watch documentaries about topics that interest you. Even if you just spend 15 minutes a day exploring something new, it can make a big difference over time. Now, while physical and mental activity are important, taking time for rest is just as crucial for your emotional well-being. It might sound counterintuitive, after all, we just talked about staying active, but balance is key. Our emotional health suffers when we're constantly on the go, trying to keep up with the demands of life. And as we get older, it's even more important to listen to our bodies and give ourselves permission to rest. When I talk about rest, I'm not just referring to sleep, although getting enough sleep is absolutely essential. I'm also talking about taking moments throughout the day to relax, recharge, and just be. Whether it's sitting quietly with a cup of tea, taking a few minutes to meditate, or simply watching the clouds go by, rest is necessary for replenishing our energy and emotional reserves. It's easy to feel guilty about resting, especially when we've always been busy or feel like we should be doing something productive. But trust me, rest is productive in its own way. When you allow yourself time to rest, you come back stronger, both emotionally and physically. In addition to physical and mental activity, another vital tip for nurturing your emotional well-being is engaging in positive social interactions. As we grow older, it can sometimes feel like we're isolated from the world. Maybe you've experienced a shift in your social circle, or you don't get out as much as you used to. But staying connected with others is one of the most important things we can do for our emotional health. In fact, strong social connections have been linked to improved mental health, reduce stress, and a longer life. So, how can you maintain or create those connections? Well, it's not about having a huge circle of friends or attending social events every weekend. It's about finding meaningful ways to connect with others, even in small ways. For example, you could call up an old friend you haven't spoken to in a while or invite a neighbor over for coffee. Small gestures like this can go a long way in strengthening your sense of connection. If you enjoy being around people, consider joining a local group or volunteering. Being part of a community can give you a sense of belonging and purpose, which is essential for emotional well-being. But it's not just about connecting with others. It's about having healthy and supportive relationships. As we get older, it's important to surround ourselves with people who lift us up rather than drain us. If you find that certain relationships are causing you stress or negativity, it might be time to set some boundaries or even distance yourself from those individuals. Protecting your emotional space is just as important as nurturing your emotional health. We've covered a lot already. Gratitude, staying connected with others, self-compassion, physical and mental activity, and the importance of rest. These practices are all essential in maintaining emotional well-being, especially as we age. But there's one final tip that I believe is just as important as everything else: embracing new challenges and finding purpose in your daily life. This tip might sound a bit daunting at first, especially if you're thinking, I've already done so much in my life. Do I really need to take on something new? But trust me, embracing new challenges is not only healthy, it's essential for your emotional and mental growth. As we get older, it's easy to fall into a routine where we do the same things every day and don't push ourselves outside of our comfort zones. But here's the thing: when we stop challenging ourselves, our minds and our spirits can start to stagnate. That's when we might feel like life has become a bit repetitive or that we've lost our sense of purpose. So, the key to staying emotionally well and happy is to actively seek out new challenges, big or small, that bring you joy, purpose, and fulfillment. Let me give you an example. I once spoke with a woman in her 70s who decided to learn how to paint. She'd always admired art but never had the time or the courage to try it herself. After she retired, she decided to sign up for a painting class. At first, she was hesitant, worried she wouldn't be good enough or that it would be too late to start something new. But she pushed through that fear, picked up a brush, and began creating. What happened next? Not only did she discover a talent she never knew she had, but painting also gave her a new sense of purpose and joy. It became a source of pride and a way for her to express herself in a way she hadn't before. And as a result, she felt more connected to herself, more energized, and more emotionally fulfilled. Now, I'm not saying you have to take up painting unless you want to. The point is that trying something new, no matter how big or small, helps us keep our minds sharp and our emotional health strong. It could be learning a new language, trying a new recipe, taking up a new sport or hobby, or even challenging yourself to do something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. The key is to find something that excites you and pushes you to grow. If you're not sure where to start, think about the things you've always wanted to do but never had the time or courage to try. Maybe you've always wanted to travel but haven't gotten around to it. Or maybe you've been thinking about volunteering for a cause that's close to your heart. Whatever it is, take the first step. The beauty of starting something new is that it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the best at it, and you certainly don't have to do it for anyone else. The only person you're doing it for is you. And speaking of purpose, finding your purpose is another incredibly powerful way to enhance your emotional well-being. When we talk about finding purpose, we're not talking about achieving big life goals or accomplishing something grandiose. Your purpose doesn't have to be about changing the world. It can simply be about living with intention and meaning. It's about having something that brings joy to your day-to-day life and makes you feel like you're contributing to something bigger than yourself. If you're wondering what your purpose is or how to find it, it's helpful to think about what excites you or gives you energy. What are you passionate about? What activities make you feel alive? Sometimes purpose comes from doing things for others, helping a neighbor, volunteering, or being involved in your community. Other times, it's about cultivating a sense of purpose within yourself. Doing things that make you feel good, like exercising, learning new things, or spending time with loved ones. Your purpose is uniquely yours, and it can change over time, but having something that gives you direction and meaning is key to your emotional well-being. One way to start finding or reconnecting with your purpose is to reflect on your values and what truly matters to you. Do you value family, creativity, health, or community. Once you identify what matters most to you, start incorporating those things into your daily life. Purpose doesn't have to be something that takes up all your time. It can simply be about living with intention, knowing that what you do each day aligns with what you value most. Another important aspect of embracing new challenges and finding purpose is staying flexible and open to change. As we age, it's easy to become set in our ways and hesitant to try new things. But being open to change is a huge part of emotional well-being. Life is constantly evolving, and so are we. Embracing change doesn't mean you have to completely reinvent your life, but it does mean being willing to adapt, grow, and explore new possibilities. Whether it's changing your daily routine, adjusting your goals, or embracing new technology, staying open to new experiences can help you stay engaged with life and make the most out of every moment. And let's not forget the importance of laughter and fun. We all know that life can be tough at times, but humor is one of the best ways to maintain emotional health. Finding joy in the little things, laughing with friends or family, or even watching a funny movie can instantly lift your mood and reduce stress. Humor allows us to take a step back from the seriousness of life and reminds us that we can still have fun, no matter our age. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? The key to emotional well-being after 60 is about finding balance between gratitude and rest, self-compassion and social connections, staying active and embracing new challenges. It's about living intentionally, seeking joy, and staying open to new experiences. And remember, none of these changes need to be big or overwhelming. Small adjustments over time can lead to huge improvements in how you feel. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. You've already accomplished so much in life, and there's no reason you can't continue to grow, learn, and thrive. Emotional well-being is something we can all nurture, regardless of age, and it's never too late to start. Whether you're finding gratitude in the small moments, embracing a new hobby, or reconnecting with a sense of purpose, you have the power to make a positive change in your life today. I hope this video has inspired you to take action, whether that's starting a gratitude journal, joining a new group, or simply giving yourself permission to rest and relax. Life after 60 can be filled with growth, happiness, and fulfillment. And by taking care of your emotional well-being, you'll enjoy the journey even more. I'd love to hear from you. What tips have you found helpful in nurturing your emotional health? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that will help you live your best life at any age.